Yeah, just a tragic situation, Fred and Jackie, this evening. There's first responders that are still out here on the scene, but about 30 minutes ago, there were a line of police cars all up and down that street right there for about a half a mile leading up to where this incident happened. And this is a very rural area. We spoke to a neighbor who says that he heard when the shooting happened. And sadly tonight, 3 officers were killed, 2 officers were injured, and 1 suspect is dead.
Have 1 officer down, class 1.
Okay.
An emergency radio call coming in that an officer is down in York County, Pennsylvania Wednesday afternoon. But the situation along Har Road in North Codorus Township will be much more grave for officers on scene.
Today involved law enforcement officers who were shot. I can confirm that the shooter is dead. I can confirm that there were 5 law enforcement officers who were shot today.
The Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner says 3 of the officers in York County were shot and killed. 2 others were shot and brought to Wellspan York Hospital in critical condition. We spoke to a neighbor who heard the shooting.
It was more gunshots than I've ever heard, and I can't even tell you how many. It was phenomenal, just total pandemonium.
The state police commissioner briefly explaining why officers were at the location and engaged with the suspect.
So they were there to follow up on an investigation that began yesterday. The general heading of that investigation, I would say, would be domestic related. But beyond that, the facts and circumstances, we have more information, but pending the search warrants that we're currently typing up and serving, we want to hold that information any more specificity.
Pennsylvania state leaders, including Governor Josh Shapiro, expressing their condolences to the victims' families and calling for an end to gun violence.
This kind of violence isn't okay. We need to do better as a society. We need to help the people who think that picking up a gun, picking up a weapon is the answer to resolving disputes.
Just a tragic situation, and the names of those 3 fallen officers, that has not been released at this time, nor has the name of the suspect involved in this situation either. Earlier today, there was a shelter in place at the height of this situation. That has been lifted at this hour, and police tell us that there's no threat to the community. In York County, Johnny Archer, NBC 10 News.
I'm Matt DeLucia in the Live Center. We've been watching the videos and the updates coming in. Governor Shapiro has ordered flags to be lowered to half-staff in honor of those fallen officers. And Attorney General Pam Bondi said tonight that the ATF and FBI are on scene supporting the law enforcement efforts. Earlier tonight, there was a procession. You see people lining up here on the streets here for those 5 officers. They were waiting for that procession to pass by, and it was going from the scene in North Codorus Township to the county coroner's office. This is about 20 miles away. And this is the 2nd deadly police-involved shooting this year in York County. Officer Andrew Duarte, he was killed in February. And according to the Officer Down Memorial page, there have been more than 62, in fact, line-of-duty deaths so far this year in the country, with the most recent deaths, unfortunately, yet still to be added. Guys, back over to you.
And this story is still unfolding. Our morning team is digging deeper. Alex DePrato will be live from York County, working to uncover new details about the officers, the suspect, and the moments that led to a warrant being served. Tune in starting at 5 a.m.